Halo, 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 halo. Let me get this thing. Representing, yeah. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me. Yours truly, Louie Luggage. Louie Luggage. And I'm ready to go into it today. I'm on a hot one. And I need to make sure I make this announcement. If you're a Coach Prime fan and you don't like criticism, you need to get up out of here. Turn the TV. Change the channel. Because I'm going in tonight. And I really don't care who don't like it. I'm going in tonight. Everybody can get some of this. The title of this session tonight is Exposing the Truth. Exposing the truth about Colorado University football team. I'm exposing the truth. And if you don't like it, you better get to stepping. Get to stepping. Because I'm going in tonight. I'm on a hot one. I want y'all to know something. Name of this poem. It's apropos for this session because it's called Exposing the Truth. Exposing the truth. Let me turn it. All right. We're gonna get started. I'm yours truly, Diva the Reed, representing for Louie Luggage. All my people on TikTok, welcome. All my people on YouTube, welcome. I'm going in tonight. And once again, I want y'all to know I am a Coach Prime fan. But everybody go get some of this heat tonight. And I mean everybody, because I'm exposing the truth. And I don't care who don't like it. If you don't like it, turn the TV, change the channel, because I'm going in tonight. I'm on a hot one. Now, all my people on TikTok, I advise you all to follow us on YouTube, on Louie Luggage, Louis. Louie Luggage, LOUIS Luggage. Phil says the feed is lagging. Let's see. This is why I'm recording it here, because you don't know what you're gonna get over here. So I'm getting my feed is lagging over here on one end, and I can't go live on my other TikTok channel until I get so many views. I'm going in tonight, and then I'm gonna have to edit this. Let's see what we got. Okay, it's saying it's not receiving enough data. All right, I don't know what's going on. Let me see what you're looking like over here. No, my server is good. All right, I'm going in. So I hope y'all, my YouTube people, I love you. We're gonna remix this again, but I'm still getting ready to go in. My TikTok people, y'all get to see this. Congratulations. I'm going to show video. I'm going to show video because I need to go in on what's been going on with this Colorado Buffalo football team. I need to show video because there is evidence of what I'm going in about. And unfortunately, I can only do that on YouTube. And then I have to do it after the fact with respect to editing it. So let me see if I can get my guy to help me with this stream. Let me see if I can get my guy, because y'all know every time I go on, it'd be some extra stuff over here on YouTube with this Louie Luggage. All right, let me see what we got. Let me see if I can introduce this again. You know what? It might be the spirits saying, Diva, calm down. Because I'm heated right now. And I'm about to say some stuff. All right. Hopefully, they're going to be able to see us over here. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And once again, I'm yours truly, Diva Laree, representing for Louie Luggage. All right. I need this to be made clear. I do not sugarcoat nothing. I do not sugarcoat nothing. I'm going to tell it like I see it, and I'm going to say it like it is, and I'm not concerned about who don't like it. I'm going in tonight, and once again, if you're a Coach Prime fan and you don't like criticism, turn TV, turn TV, change the channel, because I need to say these things that have not been said. I couldn't say them. A lot has been revealed to me. A lot of information has been shown to me. And then I'm some of the stuff I can't even talk about. But the things that's in your face that everybody can see, we're gonna talk about that. And then I'm gonna hit at some other stuff. And those who know, know. Those who don't know, I'm not talking to you. So let's get on this with this, because I need to go into this. Is gonna be a session. So get your popcorn, get your whatever you get when you relaxing and lounging and listening and sipping on your tea, whatever it is. I'm getting ready to get into this, and it's gonna be a session because I'm gonna say everything I need to say because this might be my last session. This might be my last session. All right. Getting into this, I need this to be made clear what Louie Luggage is, how it started, why it started. I started this channel because here's Coach Prime, a man who exemplifies the universal laws, which is what the basis of who I am as a being, what I stand on, what all of my organizations stand on, law and uprightness. All right. That's what he represented. And me seeing someone who is actually walking these laws and using them to enhance his life, that's what I saw. That's why I got involved in this. That's why I said, okay, because I stopped watching sports because I knew too much. I could see too much. And so there's certain things that I don't involve myself in, I don't touch them. And here's a man who I felt was exemplifying everything that I exemplify and I walk in life. Okay. So there's some things that have been revealed to me. And the topic of this particular session is called Revealing the Truth about the Colorado University or CU football team. Okay, we're going to go into this. Now, there's been a lot of news this week. Once again, we know I talked about this in my last session dealing with Louie Luggage, how CU lost to UCLA. And once again, my people who are on TikTok, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. You are welcome to follow us, even though this stream is not going too well. Even though this stream is not going too well over on YouTube. Um, and maybe it's doing that for a reason, like I said, because I'm really getting ready to go in tonight. This might be my last session for Louie Luggage, not for you, not for UNA. UNA, I'm with y'all. We gonna keep rocking, but Louie Luggage, I don't know. So, because I'm heated, I'm very heated about some things that are going on, and I need to talk about them tonight. Now, there's a lot going on in the news about what's going on over at Colorado with the Colorado Buffaloes. One of the ones I'm going to start off with is Alton McCaskill. Alton McCaskill, uh, one of the running backs, one of the highly touted running backs, was supposed to come into Colorado and be able to put it down, running back wise. And highly touted, over 1,000 yards rushing at the school where he came from. and he got an injury, and then he transferred into Colorado, and so he was healing his injuries. And he comes in and he's expected. Everybody's wondering where's Alton McCaskill, when he's going to run, because he's considered a great running back. They're comparing him to some of the greatest running backs that ran in the game. All right. So we're expecting Alton McCaskill to come in and run. However, even though we could see that this offense was struggling, they bring him in sparsely here and there, here, a game there. And this whole thing was about Alton McCaskill when he came in. Coach Prime saying, "We want you to heal." And Alton was like, "No, man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to go in. Put me in, coach." He had this yellow jersey on, which represented somebody who couldn't be touched because he was still injured. And Alton was like, "No, I'm not injured. I'm ready to go." And Coach Prime was telling him, "No, hold on now. We want to make sure you're fully ready. We don't want to just get you in here and it'd be a snippet and then, we only get a piece of you. We want the whole you. We want the whole movie," is what he said. "We don't just want a commercial." Okay. But Alton's saying, "I'm ready." Okay, we understand that sometimes when people aren't ready, then you want to hold them back because they might think they're ready, and they want to get in and they saying whatever they need to say, and okay, all right, that's fine. So Coach Prime didn't really play him, or the coaches, whomever's choice it was, they chose not to play him, and he played sparsely. So, for example, in the Oregon game, he played. We're expecting him to come in that Oregon game. Remember, in this Oregon game, this is when Travis Hunter was out due to the injury. All right, so in that game, Colorado is getting the beat to the down. The beat to the down. And everybody's expecting Alton McCaskill to come in. Why? Because there needs to be a running game. That has been talked about. Even though Colorado won their first three games, they won their first three games. They go into Oregon and everybody's asking before the game, "Coach, are you going to commit to a running game?" And Coach Prime kept saying, "Well, we just don't run good, and so we're just not going to do that, and we're just not going to be doing things just to be doing it." At this time, when he made this announcement, he had said to the whole world, "We're not running the ball." When you said that, you have made it clear, and we're going to talk about this later. I'm not going to get into it, but you've made it clear that you're abandoning the run. So Alton, when they brought him in, they brought him in on the last series of the end of the game, the very last series. And that's the series when they scored the only touchdown that they got. They brought him in at the end of the game, and that was the only time they scored a touchdown after going three whole quarters plus another quarter and a half and not having any running game or attempting a running game. Okay. Now all of us are sitting back like, wait a minute, you look one dimensional. Why would you not incorporate a running game? Why would you not bring Alton McCaskill in? And then when they finally bring him in, then they get a touchdown, and everybody, well, Oregon had switched up, and they weren't playing their full team, so that's why they got a touchdown. Okay. So we go on for another 3-4 games. Again, no running game, and he's constantly being asked in these press conferences, "Well, are you going to implement a running game?" Well, no, we're not going to implement a running game because it's like a woman who can't cook. If she can't cook, why would we commit to it? Okay. Anyway, getting back to Alton McCaskill and his red shirting, he played a few more games, and finally we get to this game against UCLA, and I think they ran Alton McCaskill once. And here's the thing: when Alton McCaskill runs, he was averaging 5 yards per carry. And let's understand, he didn't run that many times. But when he did run, he averaged 5 yards a carry. But you got Coach Pratt. We're not getting into that. Let me just continue on with Alton McCaskill. Alton McCaskill, after this loss to UCLA, goes to Coach Prime and says, I'd like to redshirt. He decides he wants to redshirt. All right. And Coach Prime says, okay, that's fine. He said that's a wise move. Now, all right. All right, he said my guy saying I'm good on YouTube. Good. Hello, YouTube. Welcome. I'm on a rant tonight. And if you're a Coach Prime fan and you can't take criticism, well, you better change the channel. Turn TV. Because I'm going in. All right. So Alton McCaskill decides to ask Coach Prime for a red shirt. So he gets red shirted. Well, what does that mean? If you have played 4 or fewer games during the season or have not played a pivotal role in the season in those 4 games, then you can redshirt that year, meaning you can just sit out. Redshirt meaning to sit out that year. All right. And it doesn't count because they have a certain number of years that they can play in college, and then they're no longer eligible to play in college. So when you redshirt, then that year doesn't count against the number of years that you have of eligibility in playing in college. So Alton McCaskill redshirts. And I think that was a smart move. All right. Meanwhile, all of us fans are wondering, why in the world are you not running this man? Why are you not running even Hankerson? We're going to get into that tonight because, once again, the name of this session is called Exposing the Truth About the Colorado Buffalo Football Team. Now, and again, I'm telling you, I'm going in on everybody. Everybody can get this smoke. Everybody. Now, Coach Prime makes an announcement after this UCLA game, whereby they lost 28-16 to UCLA. In this game, Shador takes 7 sacks and 17 hits. 7 sacks and 17 hits. He was beaten up in this game. He was abused and battered in this game, where they once again refused to implement a running game. Now, I get people and I hear people saying, oh, you can't run if you can't block. Hold on, because we're going into some. If you're following me on TikTok right now, feel free to go and follow me over on Louie Luggage on YouTube, because I'm going to show these videos, and I can't show it here on TikTok Live, but I'm going to show this video. And I want to get into this because that's enough of this whole narrative about how they can't block for the running game. When again, when we look at Alton McCaskill and even Hankerson, when they run, they're getting 5 yards per carry. Hold on, don't believe me? Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at it. And once again, shout outs to ESPN, ABC, AT&T, and whoever else. Who is this? Undisputed. Shout out to all of them. But let's get into this now. Where are we? Here we go. Going in. I need to go live. If you can't see this, then go find us over at YouTube on Louie Luggage, and let's get into this now. I want to go into these plays. So watch this now. This right here. Watch this run by Hankerson, somebody, and you tell me the running game isn't working and they can't block. I'll let you see it for yourself. This is exhibit number 1. Oh, thank you for commercials. 1 second. All right, exhibit number 1. This is Hankerson. Let's do that again so we clear. This is Hankerson, one of their number 1 running backs. How many yards is that? That's 15 yards right there. That was I'm not making this up. See, I'm showing this. This is in the UCLA game. And you're saying they can't run. Let's look at that again. So it's not Diva Laree making something up. And once again, if you are not following me on YouTube, go YouTube, because I can't show this on TikTok. Uh, I don't have that. I'm not that savvy enough to show this video on TikTok. But once again, let's watch this again. This is Hankerson. This is a run. Boom. Tell me the running game is dead. That was Hankerson. That was at least a 15-yard play. All right, hold on now. Let's look at Alton McCaskill. In this same game where you're telling me this offensive line can't block, and it doesn't even matter if they can block or not. When you got good running backs, just put them in there and let them do what they do. All right, hold on for a second. Going to this other run where they're trying to say that this team doesn't have a running game. All right. Right. Here we go. This is Alton McCaskill. Let's back that up. Let's back it up a little bit. Hold on. So we can clearly see how many yards Alton McCaskill just ran. Boom. That's darn near 15 yards. At the least, it's 13 yards. You mean to tell me Alton McCaskill is averaging 15 yards a play? That's average. And he's barely running. And Hankerson is averaging, Alton McCaskill was, before that run, averaging 5 yards a play. And here you got Hankerson is averaging 5 yards a play before his run. And you keep telling me about how the run is not there. But every time these people are carrying the ball, but you keep putting Dylan Edwards in, and we love Dylan Edwards. We love Dylan Edwards. However, he's only averaging 2-3 yards per carry. Whereas these other two, when they get the ball, and then you saw them in this game, why are you going away from what works? Don't tell me it doesn't work. I just saw 2 examples of 2 running backs run that ball. And you mean to tell me that running doesn't work? And you keep going, well, we know 9 times out of 10 when you try to throw it, you put Shador back there to throw it. We know he's going to get hit. But instead of taking the time to let these people run the ball, so, okay, let me stay on course because I'm on a hot one today. And the run is dead when I just showed you 2 in this game where they refused to continue to do the things that were working and continue to do the things that weren't working. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And I'm getting into it today. So let me change this because we talked about, again, Alton McCaskill redshirted. That was the best thing for him. I wish him a lot of success. I think he's more than ready. And we just saw a run that's showing you the man knows how to move. We just showed you a run with Hankerson showing you that the running backs know how to move. I need to get back into this next segment now. This next segment that I'm dealing with now, we're going to go into this. Coach Prime makes an announcement that he's going to replace the offensive line. Coach Prime announces that he's going to replace the offensive line. And there was a whole lot of talk about that, whether or not that was a good thing to do, or, what do you think, it was a good move or a bad move? Well, I'm going to tell you how I feel about it. I'm saying keep that same energy. Keep the same energy rid of you. Now, did you not remember that you got 4 more games to play? And these are the same people that you need to protect your son who got beat to a pulp in this game against UCLA. And you telling them, I'm going to replace you. Now, if it were me or anybody else, you just gave them 4 weeks notice. What do people with 4 weeks notice do? They don't work. They already weren't. Look here, if you would have been better off taking these 2 bottles here. If you want some defense, here you go. Here go your defensive lineman right here. Just sit these on the field in front of Shador. You get better protection from these boys right here than you will from them linemen. How do you expect them to work when you told them you fired? And I want you to go out here and put yourself on the line. I want you to put yourself on the line, even though you know you're not going to be here. You threw them under the bus. That's why that wasn't a good idea. I wouldn't work. And I don't blame them for not working after you said that. So it wasn't a good idea. Going back to this, why you didn't keep that same energy when they asked you about the referees? Coach Prime comes out and Coach Prime is like, oh, the referees this is a hard game for them. And sometimes, dog, it just happens like that where they miss a call here or there. We understand. Well, that's a lie. They suck. He said they the best referees in the college football league. That's not true. Yes, we all make mistakes. And, sometimes here or there a call gets missed. But that's a lie. Why you had to say all that? Because he didn't want the heat. He didn't want that heat of them going out on the field after he's saying something like that. And then these people coming at him. You should have kept that same energy when you were dealing with this offensive line, because now they got to protect your son. You think you're going to get heat? Wait till, okay. He should have kept the same energy when he was asked about his coaches. Somebody asked him, Coach Prime, what you going to do about the coaching? He says, don't, you trying to put me on the spot. You trying to cause issues in the locker room or the coaching staff room. I can't answer that. That's what he said. I'm not going to answer that. You should have kept that same energy when they asked you about this offensive line. See, the problem was Coach Prime was hot. He was frustrated. Okay. But you got these linemen and you don't have a choice right now. Everybody's talking about next year. Next year. Oh, here comes somebody next year. Have y'all given up on this year? We're not thinking about this year no more. We've given up on this year. They got to protect Shador. And for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but Coach Prime is refusing to implement a running game. Okay. So I need to say this because after Coach Prime makes this announcement, it was reported that one of the O-line decommitted. Okay. But then it also was reported that he had a couple of O-line prospects to commit to Colorado. One of them, his name is Isaiah Walker Jr., and then the other one is Jordan Freeman or Seaman. Jordan Seaton. All right, so those are two who are supposed to commit after this whole fiasco with UCLA and Coach Prime going in on the offensive lineman. Again, I say to you, all right, if you're going to say these things about the offensive line, because he was hot, I get it, but you keep the same energy. Keep the same energy you had when they asked you about the referees, when they asked you about the coaches. Keep the same energy, because now you got these people who you got to have blocking your son. They ain't gonna, no, look. Here you go, Shador. Here go your offensive line. They're gonna do a much better job. Just sit them on. Make sure you keep some water in them. They're gonna be all right, because you're gonna come out better doing that than you will thinking those guys are gonna block for you. Now, I'm gonna get into the next segment. I'm going into the next segment and it's getting deeper. And I told you all, once again, let me make this announcement. I'm going in and everybody can get some of this smoke. Everybody. I am not affiliated with none of them in that way. Don't care to be. I'm here to tell what I see and give the facts. And I'm saying to you, there's something way deeper than just this team and the offensive line and the defensive line not performing. All right, we're getting into that. Thank you, Easy, for joining. Aunt Horace, thank you for joining. And thank you for your clicks and your likes. And you can not like, you can thumb up and thumb down. I'm telling you, I really don't give not two damns. Not two, not even one. I don't care. I'm going to tell what I see. I'm here to document what's going on. I keep his name in my mouth, Horace, because this was somebody who exhibited the universal principles. That's very important to me in my life. That's very important to me and my students that I deal with. Somebody who walks this. However, when I see something that's not right, I'm going to speak on it. And I'm telling you, there's some things that are not right, and I'm getting ready to go into it right now. All right. Next topic. I need to break down this offensive line because we're going to get into that whole thing. There's a whole bunch of news going on with respect to Colorado right now. And we're going to get into what's going on with respect to the line. And again, let me say this. I'm a fan of Coach Prime, but a lot of things have been revealed to me in these last couple of weeks, and there are things that I can't ignore. I do not have cognitive dissonance, and I can't stand behind something that I know when I know there's some issues. And I'm talking about this is way deeper than football, but I'm only going to deal with football because uh, I'm not here to give everybody all of that information. All right. If you know, you know. I'm going to say things where those who know, and in those who don't, well, then I'm not talking to you. However, I do need to reveal this that's poignantly clear if you're paying attention. So, offensive line. Let's break this down. I need to show some video. Let's go back to the video. Once again, if you follow me on TikTok, uh, come on over to YouTube real quick because I got to show this video and I cannot do it on TikTok. Okay. So I'm not savvy yet. I don't know how to do that on TikTok. All right. So I need to get into this. I want to go to this first play. I want game. Here was one of the issues when I kept hearing about kept seeing how fast Shador was getting hit. Like he didn't have time to say 1,000 before somebody was in his face. This had me questioning. Now look, this had me questioning. It's like I get it that you're not good because I was really feeling bad for the offensive line because everybody knows Coach Prime has been telling us hot garbage. They playing like they're not good. The statistics are showing that, and I kind of felt bad for them. I kind of felt like a lot of people are coming down on them and dumping on them. They got to be beaten down mentally and emotionally. And we've already talked about this. When you are not in alignment spiritually, everything else is going to go. Everything. All right. And so here you got this situation where these guys are being beaten down. They've been talked about so badly, disrespected. And then you get these defenses coming in and running over them. But then I checked something out. And see, this is these are the ones that I just caught. We don't get to see the whole game and go back and do footage play of them. But I checked some things out and I want y'all to pay attention. If you're watching, pay attention. There's some really alarming things going on in this game. And I'm going to run this clip. And I really don't care if somebody don't like it. All right. So now, going in on this game. So let's pull this up. I'm going to start with this first play. This is in the first half. And this is a play where Shador either got hit or sacked. And once again, I don't get to see all of them because what they do is they take them down and only show you the highlights. I'm just gonna show you this one right here. So we got this game. I'm gonna see if I can slow it down. All right, here is Shador on the offense, and you see. Let me see. Can y'all see my mouse over here? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna use my mouse to point out some things that I'm seeing. All right. Pull this out. Yeah. All right. Can't do that. I messed up my whole screen. 1 second. Let me fix my screen back. All right. So here we got Shedeur on offense. Now you see that there one two coming in. Now look at these two on the end here. And I want to just run this through and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show it again. All right. Notice how this number 73 is letting this guy run around and then him as well. Well, these two have a clear shot. All right. I'm going to do it again because you're going to see. One second. What you're going to see is that these guys not even trying. These guys are not even trying. All right. Here it is again. All right. So you got this guy on the end, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, these guys. And these guys have a clear shot at Shedeur. The ones on the end are not even trying to block him. Now, what is this? How does this man end up outside of the pocket? They might not be that good, but it's beyond that they're not good. This looks like sabotage to me. This is just one of them. It's like, what are they doing? All right. All right. Hold on. There's another one. I want to show you this one. And again, you can go back. This is in this highlight 70, like 7. All right. So let's watch this play. Now, I know this is small, but look at what's happening right here. Up here, there's a defender here or an offensive lineman for Colorado, and then there's a guy right up here for UCLA. He's unabated to the quarterback, and this guy never even tried to check him. Let me back this up. All right, once again. I want y'all to see this now. Look at this guy here. He is on the corner. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men here. This guy right here is on the corner. Who would we expect him to get but this guy? You on the corner, you got to get the guy coming in on the corner. We expect that. This guy bends down, and there's 3 men here, there's 4 here, and he's got this guy on the corner, and so we would think. Now watch what happens. There's 4 on 5. There's right here. He lets this guy go. Did I just make this up? Maybe it's just me. Did I make this up? He lets the guy go. How do you miss that? Now somebody gonna say, well, you know, that's poor coaching. Or maybe he just didn't see. He needs some bifocals. Are you telling me that? And some contacts together to miss that. How do you miss that guy on the end that is now unabated? That guy on the end that is now unabated to Shedeur. How do you miss that? Let me go back because I want you to see it. Because it could just be Diva Laree making this up, but I want you to see it. Then go back and watch it for yourself. Once again, here he is right here. There's the guy. You ain't even blocking nobody. Who are you blocking? Unabated, that guy goes to Shedeur, and we wonder why Shedeur took a beating. Is there sabotage going on? I'm letting you see it. I'm telling you what it looks like to me. Okay. That's just, but David, don't just say that because we don't know. We not sure. Okay, hold on. Let me show you another one. Let me show you another one. And you tell me how in the world these things happen with a team that has been coached. Hold on. Okay. So here we go. Once again, Shedeur on offense. I want y'all to take a look at this. Now, you see this guy right here? I don't know who this is, but look at where his head is and look at where this guy is. If he don't see that guy, then he got to be blind. He got to be, Ray Charles can see that guy coming. Look at where his head is. And look at this guy coming in for Shedeur, he is the only line of defense to Shedeur. Anybody paying attention? Now, it could just be me and my imagination going crazy, but I'm just telling you what I see. Somebody else caught it, but they couldn't say it because they too close to the things. They gonna get in trouble or they gonna lose some money. Diva don't give a damn about that. I'm telling you what I see. Okay, hold on. He is looking dead at that guy. This guy is the only defense to Shedeur right here. Now watch what happens. Did anybody see that? He turned in after seeing this guy and allowed him a direct path to Shedeur. I'm going to replay this now. But you know, Diva, that could have been the play call that you got to let him go. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let me play this again. Once again. Now, by the way, just before that play, there was a successful run by Alton McCaskill. Now, after this play is when they did a successful passing because he had time to throw. But watch what happens, though. Once again, right here, that guy sees this guy coming in. But what does he do? He turns his back to the guy and lets him run by. And you wonder why. You wonder why Shedeur was getting beat up in this game. Y'all remember when they went to that Rose Bowl and those people was on strike? Yeah. The offensive line is on strike. You know what they on strike? They're like, we won't block. We hate black socks. We won't block. We hate black socks. We won't block. We hate black socks. Yeah, they on strike. They on strike. They're not even trying to block. Calling it. See, somebody else saw it. He just couldn't say it. I'm saying it. I'm saying there's sabotage, and you tell me what you see when you see this. I'm hot. I'm hot. Okay. I need to get into this next segment. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm going to get to your comments in a section, in your comment section in a second. But I need to finish this information up because yeah, this might be my last session on Louie Luggage because I'm seeing some things that don't sit well with me. And it's not about losing, all right? It's one, well, I ain't gonna hang around with no losers anyway. That's not what I do. But it's not about them losing the game. It's about some things that are going on behind the scenes that are way deeper than even in the CU cap. I have been saying since game 2 and 3, there is insanity in the coaching staff. I've been saying that. I've been saying it. What is insanity? This is when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and expecting a different result. That's insane. Now, we saw insanity when we were watching the game where Colorado was playing, who were they? Stanford, where you had a team running the same play over and over and over and over and no ability to stop it. Nothing was put into place. Where is the coaching? Running the same play on the defense over and over and over again, and you doing the same thing, expecting a different results. That's insane. That's insane. I said it, and I meant it. So what am I saying? I've been saying there's a problem with the coaching. But then we get to this point where you continue, let me rephrase that. You're trying to throw the ball over and over again without a running game, and you have told the whole world our offensive line is sorry, and we're not gonna run the ball. Well, then that's gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy to shut your door down. We're just gonna rush you the whole game. Easy. Okay. So now, after this game with UCLA and CU, where they lost to UCLA 28-16, of course, Coach Prime announces, I'm getting rid of the offensive line. Okay. Then we get this report coming out that Sean Lewis is being benched, replaced by Pat Shermer. Okay. Well, we've been saying this. Now, I want this to be understood because here is Sean Lewis coming into the game, and he's coming from Kent State. And at Kent State, his record was 24 wins and 31 losses. He's not even a winning coach. Why is he over the offense in the first place? And and again, why does he continuously not run? And then Coach Prime is backing him up on that by going in front of the media and constantly saying, we're not going to run the ball. We're not going to run the ball. Okay, all right. So he's being replaced, Sean Lewis. But I want this to be understood because now, for whatever reason, before this week, he was trending as one of the hottest college coaches, and that he was expected to go somewhere else anyway, to another college to coach, and that he would be in the tens of millions because he's a returning head coach. And why is he so highly touted? Is it possible that he came in here for the purpose of upgrading his status? Okay, I understand that, but I don't understand how losing so badly would help him to be a hot commodity. All right, I don't understand how that would happen. However, it was being said that he's going to take Bill O'Boyle with him. Let me tell you something. If I had some pom poms and some confetti and one of them little things that to pop out when you blow, that's what I'd be doing, celebrating. I said it. That should have been done. I need to be made clear. I'm on a hot one. I'm not here to sugarcoat nothing. I'm not here to be nice about this. I'm telling you what I see. Again, it's not just on the offense where there has been what I call insane coaching, but it's also been on the defense, what I call insane coaching. Once again, what is insane? Yeah, when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result, that's insanity. And that's what's been going on both sides of the ball. So as far as I'm concerned, right now, I'm telling you what needs to happen. Coach Prime, you come from a legacy of domination. You come from a legacy of domination. Get back to dominating. You brought your team up with you from the little leagues to Trinity to JSU to here. Why here? You change the formula. Get back to being dominant. Put the formula back together. You was on offense doing what you do on offense. You had Coach Hart and Coach Mathis on the defense. Dominant. Get back to doing what you do. Get back to doing what you do. Okay. I'm going to go into this next segment, and then I'm going to take these questions and comments, and thank you all for your questions and comments. And Yo Creole, I thank you. I will be glad to take your comments. Stay tuned. Coming right at you. Now, I want to. The next segment is to Shador and Coach Pride. All right, get back to being dominant. Get back to being dominant. To Shador, I don't know what's going on with why Coach Prime is not calling plays that keep you from being beaten. I don't understand why you're not implementing the run. And to tell me that the running game doesn't work, well, I just showed you Exhibit A and Exhibit B that they do. Alton McCaskill, as well as Hankerson, they averaging at least 5 yards a carry. In this game, they were successful. Anytime y'all were moving the ball, it was because you were running it. Every time y'all have been beaten, y'all put Alton McCaskill in at the end of the game, and all of a sudden you get a touchdown. Why wouldn't you do that in the first or the second or the third quarter when you're getting beat down in those areas too? Put them in there. Try something new. Why would you keep? They come back after halftime. They put one fullback in for one or two plays, and next thing you know, they go back to an empty backfield. Even the commentators are like, "Oh, well, they're going back to the empty backfield. I guess they like Shador to get beat up again." Okay, to Shador, you're gonna have to be the leader. I've been in situations where I'm on the field, I'm in the game. And I know coach is calling plays that's going to get us pummeled, that's going to get us a loss. I know it. I have to take over. I have to take over. And when I take over, then the coach starts to respect what I'm saying, starts to know that, okay, I'm a field general. Yeah, you got you at that point. They're calling plays that are seemingly what's coming up. You the one out there taking the hits, take it over. Get your running backs, and we already understand your linebackers, they're not on your team. I don't know whose team. They not getting NIL, but they're getting some UTC. Some under the table checks is what they getting. They ain't getting NIL, but they getting some UTC. Okay. Take it over. And to Coach Pride. Again, I say I first came into this knowing that I don't get involved. Normally I stop dealing with this because again, I know too much. I see too much. And this is a man that walked in a way that exemplified someone who walks in honor and harmony with the universe. But I'm seeing something else. And I hope I'm not seeing what I'm seeing, but I don't have cognitive dissonance. And so for me, I'll just say this. I don't know what's going on. Why you would announce to the world that your offensive line or that you're going to refuse to run, and then at the same time keep calling or saying that your offensive line is playing like hot garbage. I don't know why you would do that. I don't understand that. That does not compute. It doesn't compute to me why you would see. All of us can see. We've seen that the running game has worked. As a matter of fact, it don't even have to be what we see. What do the stats say? The stats are telling you these guys, Hankerson and McCaskill, are running and getting 5 yards per carry. Why would you not put them in the game? What happened to this highly touted running back team? I'm going to say this in the defense of Coach Prime. Again, we're seeing that he's got moles, not just on the field, but in his coaching staff. I've been saying that. So I can understand when people are coming at him saying, "Oh, he's playing what they call it, nepotism ball, or they call it he's playing favoritism." There are people that you know are going to play. So when I look at Dylan Edwards, Dylan Edwards shows up every time. Now we know he's a little guy, but when it comes to blocking for Shador, he don't run. He's always there. He's gonna be in the mix, making sure he put down some kind of block. He does his job. He can be trusted. Trust. When you're talking about Travis Hunter, you're talking about Shiloh, you can trust him. Shador, you can trust him. But there are people in there who getting that what I call UTC, that under the table check. UTM, under the table money. Oh, I said it. I meant it. I meant it. Because you don't tell me that you missing blocks like this that are leaving Shador, leaving these defenders a straight path to Shador, and you don't see him when you looking them right in the eye. You looked them right in the eye. How did you miss that guy? You weren't even trying. Okay, that's beyond poor coaching. Those boys on strike. They on strike. We won't block. We hate black socks. All right. Coach Ryan, I'm gonna say it to you like this, and then I'm gonna leave that alone. You're gonna run that ball. You're gonna run that ball whether you want to run the ball or not. Either you're gonna run it with Shador in the game and healthy and able to continue to lead that line down the field, or you gonna run it without Shador where he's being taken out the game because he's hurt due to injury because you refuse to run the ball. I don't know what's going on or why you refusing to run the ball. You're gonna run that ball, whether you want to or not. Because if he goes out of the game, you're not gonna have a choice but to run the ball. You're gonna run that ball. So Colorado has coming up Oregon State, which is a good team. Oregon State is now there. They've lost two. They've lost two games. So I think they're 6-2. Colorado's 4-4. Yeah, 6-2 to 4-4. All right. So you got Oregon State coming in here, and it said that their defensive line is not all that, but then it's been announced to the whole world that what the offensive line is terrible. Well, then look for them to rush, and if you don't run the ball, Shador is going to get hit. And once again, go back and look at that game when Alton McCaskill ran for almost 13, 15 yards. And then what happened the next play? Shador had time to throw because they were concerned about Alton McCaskill getting another first down. You're going to run that ball, or there's going to be a hard time for Shador. How can you, again, I don't understand how you would allow somebody to keep calling plays that are putting your number one player on the team, your most valuable player, putting him in jeopardy. I don't understand that. I'm calling it like I see it. All right. Can CU win? Well, here is Oregon State. Once again, 6-2. They had a loss their last game. But you got Colorado coming in here. They are last in running yards. Why? Not because they don't have good runners and not because of that offensive line, but simply because they have been refusing to run them. All right. They are last in yards allowed, meaning the defense has been having a very difficult time stopping the run. All right. They're almost not number one, they number 2 or 3 as far as penalties. They are number 1 If not, they share the number one spot in sacks allowed. Sacks. Listen, you know, again, all of us want to see Colorado win, but then you have to be honest about what we're seeing because I do not have cognitive dissonance. The issue here is that they have yet to put together one full game. Do they have the ability to? They got the ability to beat every team, all of them, all of them. But as I had said, that coaching staff, that was a problem in the coaching. Now that Coach Prime is taking over, maybe they got a chance. Less, especially on offense, maybe they have a chance, or he's putting Bill. Let's hope he's not a mold too. But again, it's the coaching that has. I'm gonna say this because when we look at the good play that's been going on defense, let's go back to last week with UCLA. It's not that defense. It wasn't good or standing up because of the coaching plays, but just because of the sheer talent of the players on the team. When you're talking about Travis Hunter, just a sheer player. Just whether you can't not coach this, you can't you can't take this away from him whether you try to coach around it or not. He's just that good. He's gonna make plays. When you're talking about Shador and his hits and the way he plays, he's just gonna make plays. Even Ward comes in there with a good hit. You got other people, other players on the team that show up every time. They can be trusted. Yeah, those are they look good because of just that hard play. But they still was getting they were having a hard time stopping that pass, the crossing pass, the crossing play rather. They still had a hard time with the slant. Coaching. Yeah. I told you my expectations was that there would be better coaching. When you go out and get coaches of this caliber, and you telling me your coaching staff is this, and this, and this, I'm expecting good coaching. Don't tell me about how terrible you think the offensive line is, and you keep throwing them under the bus, and then you keep doing the same play and refusing to run, refusing to take pressure off of them. Mm-mm. No, that's coaching issue. And then I don't understand why Coach Prime would allow it to go on for as long as he did. All right. So can they win? Yeah, they can win every last one of these games, provided that they change some coaching. Because if you just change up and give Shador 2 seconds to throw, it's a wrap. The offense is going to score. And as long as the defense, you don't tie them down and keep doing the silly plays and put people in line to cut off a slant route, oh yeah, you can win all these games. All right. So I've said my rant. I meant what I said. I'm not sorry about nothing. I really, for me, I told you I'm here to 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 record this time. This is a historic moment, but it's also very frustrating. And I'm seeing things that don't look good. There's all this stuff down here that goes way deeper than this football game. And I just say it like this. You need to understand how much power Coach Prime has right now. He has a lot of power. And with that kind of power, there's a certain group that needs to have control of it. I'm going to say it like that. For those who know, you know. If you don't know, then I'm not talking to you. All right, let me take some of these comments. Uh, Thank y'all for joining, I think. uh, Easy says, see, I called it, kept saying that Sean Lewis was a plant. Everybody thought I was conspiracy theorist. Thank you, Easy. I've been saying that too since the beginning of the season. Um, Horace says, find somebody else to talk about. Horace, find somewhere else to be. How about that? Uh, Clyde says, I too saw those unprotected rushes. In fact, those two allowed Stanford to do the same. Okay, Clyde, Cause see, I didn't see it until this game when it kept being rewounded in my face, and I was like, wait a minute, these guys not even blocking. So I go back and try to find the whole game, but I can only find, 2 or 3 instances. But that's enough to show you that somebody is allowing these pass straight to Shador. Somebody was allowing it, and again, the mole is not just in the coaching staff; it's on the field as well. Uh, Yo Creole says, I disagree with you when it comes to Alton McCaskill because Trey Sanders with TCU got injured in his first game. Red shirting Alton is the best thing for him because our O line will be better next year. Yo Creole, I agree with that. I don't know what you disagreeing with me about. I agree with his red shirting. That was a smart thing to do. Uh, Big Dog G says, "Who is he talking? Who is he talking with him? What's the name?" I'm not sure, Big Dog. Please make it clearer so I can understand. Yo Creole says, "The one thing that I admire about CP is he is always putting players first." All right. Uh, Yo Creole, thank you for saying that. We think Coach Prime puts players first. And I would say he does. However, when it comes to his son being out there and being sacked so many times, that don't and not and refusing to implement a running game, that doesn't seem like you putting Shador first. When you know a running game, not having a running game, and he keeps saying, "Oh, it makes us one-dimensional." What if you know it makes you one-dimensional? Stop being one-dimensional. Run the ball. Um, Donnie says the unraveling begins. I'm gonna tell you what, Donnie. Uh, the unraveling happened in with Stanford in that second half. But the fact that Coach Prime has stepped up and moved that coach out of the way, because that was one of my issues, is that he kept making excuses for the coaches. It's like, people say, "Oh, he held the coaches accountable." He said, "Well, the coaches are accountable too." Well, he didn't say we're gonna replace the coaches like he did with the offensive line. He didn't say, "Oh, we're gonna replace." No, he didn't say that. But now the fact that he's replaced them, well, things are looking up. Things are looking up because we know that he's not. Well, he might not be insane. Because if he continues to try and work with this staff that or whoever these coaches are that are clearly insane, I'm saying it, they insane. You continue to let them call the plays that are causing issues to your son, your number one MVP on the field. There's a problem. I don't know if you're taking everybody into consideration. I don't know. But yeah, we think he does, but Shador shouldn't have been hurt like that. Shador shouldn't have been sacked like that. There should have been something done after that, after the first game where he was sacked so many times. Yeah. Um, Yolanda says he is. He is what? He gets low. Who gets low? Phil X says facts. Okay, thank you, I think. Now you're talking. I've been saying they're letting those guys in to hit Shador on purpose. Okay, thank you, Miss Jules. Yeah, but if they run the ball, how will QB get Heisman? Hey, hey, thank you for that frosting. Let's make this clear. When you run the ball, it only gives Shador more time to throw. If you're not running the ball, he's not gonna get a Heisman. He gonna get a hernia. He gonna get a crook in his neck. He gonna get a bent up spinal cord. That's what he's gonna get if you don't run the ball. Why? Because everybody is simply rushing. Because Coach Prime and everybody else has told the whole world that the offensive line is no good. Well, everybody knows it. And then you telling the whole world, "I'm not going to run it." Well, that's easy. That's easy to shut Shador down. So why you run the ball is such that at least the defense, see, if you can't get your offense to block, at least get the defense to stop rushing a little bit. If you can't get this offense, because you know the offensive line, they standing there pretending like, oh, I'm on. Okay. But at least get the defensive line to not just rush them. That's the least you could do. And how do you do that? You do that with a run. You can't be one dimensional and project into the whole world. Okay, we're not gonna run, and the offensive line sucks, and then Shador's gonna just be trying to throw it all the time. Oh, that's easy. Grandmama now could come down there and take over that line with that. Grandmama, auntie, and them, I just get them on the line. They can take Shador out too. If you are telling me you're not gonna run it and your offensive line sucks, that's easy. So that's why you run. And when you run, then that gives Shador time enough to throw, and he gonna get the Heisman. He's not gonna get the Heisman if they don't win. He's not gonna get the Heisman if he's sitting in a darn ambulance after he's been pulled off the field. Um, the Alpha Wolf says they have to start giving number 3 more screens. Let me say this to you. Again, we love Dylan Edwards. But you got 2 running backs, or you had to, because Alton McCaskill's like, no, I'm good for this season. I ain't going, if I was Alton McCaskill, I'd say the same thing. You know why? Because he just upset the offensive line. And I know he said, oh, you know what? I had to talk to him. Everything's going to be good. I wouldn't trust that offensive line. They already showed you who they are. When somebody tells you who they are, believe them. Thank you, Maya Angelou. They already told you we're not blocking. They already told you they sorry. Why would you expect them to do something that's outside of who they told you they were? All right. So I would say you got Hankerson, who's been a workhorse, but they won't give him the ball. And then when they do give him the ball, they give him the. Why would you not put him in motion? Why would you that lame running play they did, and it was like, oh, the running game don't work. Let's take him out. I just showed you evidence where in this same game, McCaskill got 13, Hankerson got 15. 2 times out of 3, they gonna break for at least 7 to 8 yards, 2 out of 3 times. But then when Shador goes back to throw, and the whole world knows that he's getting ready to throw, well, 9 times out of 10, he gonna get sacked or hit. Okay. You want the Heisman, run the ball. The reason Coach Prime didn't throw the referees underneath the bus is because we are leaving the Big 12. Yo, Creole, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Because if I'm leaving the Big 12, that's like you leaving your job. All right, you leaving your job. You don't have to, and you hated the boss. You hated the boss. I ain't giving the boss no compliment. I'm out of here. You suck. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna be nice to the boss. You telling me they leaving that? If you telling me he didn't throw the referees under the bus because he don't want that smoke from the referees when they get back on the field. Oh, because they got a brotherhood too. The referees got their own brotherhood. The coaches got their own brotherhood. The what they call it? What is rich? Everybody got their own brotherhood. So you better not throw that brotherhood under the bus. Otherwise, they coming at you in that next game. That's the same thing with this offensive line. You think they in a brotherhood? All of them on strike. All of them on strike. We won't block. We hate black socks. We won't block. We hate black socks. They was on. They was. They was on picket when they walked into the Rose Bowl. They should have grabbed the sign, because that's exactly what they was doing on that field. They was picketing, acting like they blocking, but no, we picketing. We won't block. Here you go. You looking for Shador? He right back there. Yeah. If I'm leaving and I know I don't have any good vibes for you, I'm not gonna give you compliments. He didn't even have to say all that he said about the ref. Oh, they're the best refs in the whole conference. Really? Get out of here. They missed more calls than a little bit. If the offensive O line is so bad, how are they on in the top 5 in passing? Frosting. Listen, that is only because of Shador. That is only because of Shador. Because of the simple fact that they again, let's remember these guys are not as bad as what they seem. They are just on strike. And we didn't know they were on strike. They were unhappy as they should have told somebody because we didn't know. They unhappy. So with all that being said, uh it's been because of Shador and not trying to diss. Well, yeah, I'm dissing the offensive line. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. Uh, not only have they been playing poorly, but what we're seeing now is that they haven't been playing at all. They have been purposely sabotaging the game. So, Miss Jules says you're telling the truth. Thank you, Miss Jules. The reason we continue to pass is because Shador is completing or competing against USC Washington QB for most passing yards. Shador is going up against a Heisman and undefeated team for QB awards. Yo, Creole, let me ask you a question. Do they give the Heisman to losing teams? Do they give the Heisman to play the MVPs? You're not going to be a losing team and you are under 500 and get a Heisman, are you? So if that's the case, then you better off running it so that you can have time to throw, especially when you know you do not have a good offensive line. So I don't understand what you're saying. And he's going up against such and such and such. He's going up against a whole nother team. You're trying to act like, oh, it's Shador against Caleb. No, it's CU against USC, CU against Stanford, it's CU against this team. And then this is why I'm saying to Shador, get your running backs in order and get some plays because somebody is not calling the plays that's going to allow you to succeed. Whoever that was, Sean or whoever, they weren't calling plays. Not only did those plays not allow you to succeed, those plays were getting you hurt and possibly benched and put out for the whole year or and possibly part of next year. You're not going to get no Heisman when your legs not working. Run the ball. CP gave the OC plenty opportunity to fix his mess, but enough is enough. Thank you, Phil X. Let me go in on this because you keep talking about the offensive line. And yeah, the offensive line, we've learned that they haven't really been playing. But whose fault is that though? If you know the offensive line is not blocking, where's the coaching to change up the play? Why would you keep doing things that you know put pressure on the offensive line? This is what I'm saying. Everybody want to blame the offensive line. We knew they weren't blocking since game one. We knew since game one they weren't blocking. Why would you not switch it up and take pressure off of them? That is coaching. I know you suck. I'm not going to depend on you no more. Let me get two backs back here behind Shador. I'm going to get two. You got a whole running back room you're not using. And then again, let me say this, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. As far as we know, they could be moles too. And Coach Prime found out and just didn't want to put them in. Who knows? What we do know is that they refused to put two backs back there to protect Shador. That's the least you could have done. Then you did it for 2 plays after the second half, and then you went right back to empty backfield. I don't get it. So this is a coaching issue as well. It's not just those running backs. Now, you can be terrible on the field, but if I'm a good coach, I'm ready to fix it. If I don't have any other O-line people in there, you know what I'm ready to do? How can I relieve the pressure on this O-line? Okay, well, I definitely can't do it by being one-dimensional. It don't make no sense. It doesn't add up. The talent he has is FSB talent, and they're too small. Okay, thank you, Alvin. I wouldn't say that they're too small. Okay, again, where is the coaching? If you got a mold, I'm gonna say this because this whole thing, everybody's, oh, we got these offensive linemen coming in next year. We got this one coming in next year. Have y'all given up on this year? Do y'all not remember there are 4 more games to play? Did y'all give up? And I'm saying to you, they're not too small, but it doesn't matter how big your offensive line is when you got moles in your organization that are purposely calling plays to damage your MVP, to take your most valuable player out the game. You can't win with that, regardless of who you got on the team. The reason you are going in a rant is because you were not the here there from the beginning. What is there from the beginning, Yo Creole? Coach Prime had a mediocre start at JSU and then he dominated. Thank you, Yo Creole. Let me go in on this from the beginning. What is the beginning? Now, you know, when I first recognized Coach Prime and when I became a fan of Coach Prime, I was living in Atlanta when he was drafted into the Atlanta Falcons. I saw him being successful when he was in Atlanta. He was a winner. And when he left, I was one of those people who was happy that he's left because I knew he couldn't win in Atlanta. Atlanta did not have the ability to win at that time. Again, I don't know what they're doing now because I don't even watch that team. But I knew he was a winner. Anytime he touched the ball, I saw Coach Prime throw. He threw for a touchdown that he didn't make it, but I saw him quarterback in Atlanta. I was there. Now I didn't know what he was doing in college because I did not watch college football. I was a strictly pro football type person. But I saw him when he was playing, and we all knew he was a winner. We didn't care whether he played on offense or defense. We just wanted him to touch the ball because he's a winner. And he brought people to the stands. But I knew he wasn't going to win with Atlanta. And when it was announced that he was leaving, I was very happy for him because I knew he was about to get his rings. And he did just that. All right. What is the beginning? Because if we go back to it, when he was in Pop Warner and he was doing all these other things, he was winning. He was dominant. He went to Trinity. And Trinity, he was so dominant at Trinity. They kicked him out of the league. They kicked him, I think it was called TAPS, because he was so dominant. They was like, well, we're not going to accept your application for the next year. This was after they won 3 championships. After their third championship, before they went to the championship game, they had gotten a notice from the league telling them, we're not allowing you back. Why? Because he was dominant. They were beating up on everybody, and they were getting all the trophies. It was like, okay, we need to let somebody else get a trophy because y'all just too good. Kicked him out the league. Next thing you know, he's at JSU. And yes, the first season, it was a 500 season. I think they won 4 games out of, it was 4 or 5 or something to that effect. And so he had to replace the whole team just like he did with JS when he came to Colorado, rather. So I was there. I'm on the rant because I'm seeing things, Yo Creole, that are beyond this little iceberg that y'all are seeing. There's all this stuff going on under here that has nothing to do with football. And it's very sad to me. I can't talk about it here. Those who know, know. So that's what's sad to me. That's where my rant comes from. Thank you for asking. Thank you for caring. I love you too. Miss Jules, Falcons still Miss Jules said Falcons still suck. All right. I guess they never got to that point where they knew how to win. All right. Prime was also a quarterback in high school at FSU. Okay. So all I'm saying to you is I've been there. This rant goes beyond football. I want y'all to know I love you. I thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for sharing in this. I'm just going through my TikTok, my YouTube people. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the love. And Alpha Wolf says, didn't they switch coordinators? They did. And they have to give number three more snaps as you're thinking. I say that they need to give Hankerson more snaps and let him push that defense back, make them stop coming in and rushing him so much. What's going on with Smoke running back from the SEC? Okay, thank you. I want to say this because people say Coach Prime is playing the what they call it, favoritism ball and nepotism ball. And here's the thing. We know that his people, the people who Coach Prime, we know they're gonna play. We know that they came to play and they show up. And maybe Coach Prime has seen that there are some people that are not there who really want to play. Maybe he's seen some moles. And so, if somebody is a mole and they're not truly there to make it happen, then when you work them real hard, that'll weed them out. That'll weed a mold out anytime when you work them real hard. Okay? So I don't know what's going on. I'm not saying about Smoke or who Smoke is. All I know is he hasn't seen the field yet. And we don't understand that. We don't know what's going on. There's a lot of players that haven't seen the field. And we don't know behind the scenes and what's going on, but I will say I have a better understanding of why there might be some people who he's like, I can't put you on the field. So I want y'all to know I'm going to get out of here. I really do love you. I thank you. I just needed to vent. I'm going to go and I'm going to pray. I'm going to talk to my spiritual guides and find out what they want me to do because, again, there are things that are going on that I see because I know that's why I didn't even get back into sports for so long because I know, by the way, I used to have sports television, okay, and ran it for 4 years. It was on ESPN2 and WB and some of the other channels. Yeah, syndicated. But I chose to get out of that because there are things going on that I can see that I cannot be a part of. But I want y'all to know that we're going to be back. Maybe let you know. Put the thing up, but at this point, I want y'all to know. There's things going on, and what's done in the dark will come to the light. I love you. About Louie Luggage. Maybe I see again. Maybe I see. I'm out. Louie Luggage.